Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
Episode 153, Anaheim 2, the first Triple Crown of the season, right around the corner this weekend. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
What up?
What up? So we got this first Triple Crown this weekend, Angel Stadium. It's been raining like crazy in California this whole week. So,
Yeah.
well, I got some good news for you. The weather actually looks fine for Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it just says partly cloudy during the evening, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Low of 51, winds light and variable. So they're not calling for really any rain. So that is very nice. I know this whole week riders are all over the place practicing. They're so happy for their dry tracks. Like Eli Tomac and Dean Wilson are in Arizona riding. Ken Roxon's in Utah riding. So everyone really wanted to get some fresh, dry practice in before this. I guess it's going to be a dry race now. So,
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody they still have to put their motos in throughout the week, and if it's raining over in Anaheim, then we can't.
yep. Well, you never know. Some people don't mind practicing in the mud, in the rain, but
No.
I'd say if it's going to be a mud race, then yeah, maybe. But since they're calling for clear skies, then yeah, you might as well get some dry practice in.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be as perfect as possible coming into this weekend. We've had a very battle out championship so far, and you mentioned Ken Roxon. He's coming in with a red plate.
Red plate Roxon.
Red plate Roxon.
There he
yeah,
is.
He's coming in with a red plate, so I'm sure he wants to get some dried laps in before coming into Anaheim 2.
Speaking of Roxon, what if Roxon wears red gear for this race?
I was thinking, like, it's a lot of red on that bike. They should have at least
So much red.
changed the plastics or something, like make it black, like, like badass,
Yeah, something. So much red. That's too much red.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't mind it. He's points leader by 1 point, and yeah, I'm sure he's fine with it. But the Honda was already too red.
But I'm saying if he wears red gear, like, you'll be able to spot him a mile away.
Good. That's what they want.
I doubt he will, though. He won't.
What color gear is he gonna wear?
Black.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think?
I was thinking something like maybe like yellowish, yellow gray type thing.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. We can put a poll on it or put the question out there on Instagram or something. Though,
Yeah,
if he did wear red, though, I would just look crazy. But he should do it.
Yeah.
But I think he'll wear black.
I mean, you're the points leader. You can do whatever you want, just like we can do whatever we want in our podcast. So.
Yeah, well, he hasn't won a race yet, so he's just that consistent guy right now. He's playing the Anderson role.
Hey, it doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. It's not about winning the race. It's about being consistent at this point, especially with the stacked class.
Exactly. Oh, and speaking of this stacked class, Eli Tomac finishing off the podium, getting fourth in Glendale, didn't stick around for the podium and got $1,000 fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the first victim of the fine, but they haven't showed
Got
any
him.
of the other places on TV yet, so maybe they would have shown him. I don't know, but he got the fine.
I wonder if they'll say something about it in the broadcast, like, well, Eli Tomac did not stick around, and we really wanted to talk to him. Of course he did, the time that he walked away.
He's probably upset. This was supposed to be his year, and he got a third and a fourth so far, so...
Yeah.
He was the Triple Crown champion last year, so,
That's
we
right.
got the Triple Crown here, so maybe he steps up this week.
That's right. He is the Triple Crown defending champ going into this Anaheim 2, our first Triple Crown of the season. Angel Stadium has hosted the most Supercross ever of any stadium. And they've been doing the dual races since 1999, bro. That's a long-ass time.
Yeah, so they probably have twice as many races as everyone since they did. How many do they do? The 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think 2014 was the last time they did the 3 races.
Yeah, so no wonder they have that many more than everyone else because, they do multiple races a year. So I'm not surprised by that stat at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you want to know a cool video that I saw online? I'm sure you saw it too, but Josh Hill in the skate park just with his bike. He was killing it too.
I've actually seen a lot of Josh Hill's videos lately. He did the we talked about this in one of our podcasts a long time ago, the Axel Hodges, whenever he goes in and wheel or stoppies and then he does the front flip.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that, and then there was another video that he jumps over like a man-made river thing, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big jump. If you go to his Instagram, you can see it. It's probably one of the latest videos. And
yeah,
then he
I'm pretty
turns
sure they call
around and
that.
jumps.
I'm pretty sure it's the LA River, like where they did Grease and stuff. So, yeah, dude, he's crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, the front flip thing though he did at Deegan's. Yeah, it's still nuts. It's still nuts.
Yeah, and so is he trying to go for the Axel Hodges thing now? Like, because he has very good control over that bike. He's a very skilled rider, I think.
Yeah, he should. But we all know how he would compete with the quarter pipe contest. He's gonna have to find his own little niche area because Axel's got the quarter pipe down.
Oh yeah.
And last time we saw Josh do it, he didn't make it up very high.
He'll I mean, it was his first time on it, you know? It's a little scary.
Yeah, but he's always known for hitting those huge jumps and just I love it. The skate park thing is sick. I love the skate
park video is pretty cool too.
Justin Hill, though, not so lucky. Not so lucky this season. We thought we would see, a little bit better out of him, but 13th last week at Glendale. I thought he would be in the top 10. If not, I thought it was going to be competing for a championship, but
I don't know about competing for the championship, especially with the class the way it is. But definitely not what we were expecting, or not even us, just JGR. Period, expecting from him. I feel like he will grow and he will get a couple of good results. Just not yet. We've only been 2 races into this championship so far. Same with Aaron Plessinger. I feel like Plessinger is also going to be a contender. Not for the championship, but just to win a couple of races. He's had better results though. It's still very early in the year. We're round 3 out of 17, so there's still a lot to come. I don't count him out yet.
And speaking of these rookies, Joey Savacci posted on his Instagram. He said, "Yeah, just a speed bump. Little setback this past weekend, but nothing that'll keep me out for A2."
That's right. Yeah.
You'll be back.
Back in action this weekend, and I'm personally excited about it. And coming into Anaheim 2 should be a good race. Triple Crown, especially with his starts. He should do good this weekend, coming with the whole Monster Energy Cup thing. And
you have to get a decent start if you want to do anything. If you don't get the top 10 start, it's over. That's it.
Starts are definitely key for this weekend, and he has them. And it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be very similar to what we saw at the Monster Energy Cup.
All right, so you see some green bikes out front then. That's what you're feeling.
Yeah, I think, either green or blue with Justin Barsha and Aaron Plessinger. They're both great starters, and they're both really good riders. And I think team dynamics is definitely going to be key in this weekend as well. Also, we're coming into the 2-bike situation this weekend, so we're going to get to see what they can do with it.
Yes. And speaking of those starts, those hole shots, so far, Dean Wilson got the first hole shot, and then Ken Roxon got the second one. So we've seen really good starts out of them too. Dean Wilson not having the greatest weekend last week. Him and Barsha fighting after the race or getting in each other's face or something. So
yeah, what was that all about?
I guess Barsha and Wilson got a little close over one of the jumps, and then Wilson confronted Barsha after the race, and Barsha wasn't, he didn't care. He's laughing in his face, flipping him off, I guess. So it'll be. I'm curious to see this roll over into this weekend, see if we can get a little beef going.
Oh yeah, and then, but that's the thing. Dino, he can do good this weekend if he gets consistent starts. But he doesn't have a teammate that can help him out.
You always need that one guy to just hold you back, hold me back, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're going to go really hard at each other. So,
and then you're like, but hold me, bro, but hold me.
Oh, what? Yeah, so for this Triple Crown this week, obviously we got the schedule changes up a little bit. We do our qualifying times, and then we have our LCQs early in the day. So if you're playing any of that fantasy, make sure you get your picks in early because that is happening early We're going to be starting those mains right at 7 o'clock. Local time, that is. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where we are. East Coast.
East Coast. Yeah. Remember to get your picks in before the LCQs, because when the LCQs go, that's what it is. That's kind of like a good advantage to have, because you already know that your guys are going to qualify, when you're playing. So it's just a matter of picking the right guys.
Yeah, I'm doing terrible in my fantasies so far, so hopefully this is my, my comeback starts this weekend with Anaheim 2. So we'll see.
I'm sure it would be.
We got some rider news, actually. So John Ames, who we talked about, he had a really bad, I want to say it was a compound fracture in his arm. And then he got compartment syndrome, like in the hospital and stuff. So he was slated to ride for that Rockwell Racing Yamaha team.
Yeah.
And he obviously is not going to be racing that now. So they found a fill-in rider, and that is Scott Champion, who we've seen in the past. So that's someone who's going to be doing the rest of this West Coast Series with his teammate / former factory Husqvarna racer, Mitchell Harrison, who has had problems every race so far.
Yeah, such bad luck for this Rockwell Racing Yamaha team. They they have a guy that haven't been able to finish a race, and then they have a guy in the hospital. So definitely not what they wanted for this West Coast Series. Yeah,
so we'll see if they can start to turn things around this week. Hopefully they got some of their little bugs kind of ironed out or whatever, but it's been a rough season for them so far. So you think they have to bounce back. And Mitchell Harrison, like I said, former factory Husqvarna, he goes from this factory team to, to be in 20th place in points or whatever.
Yeah.
Barely making it in. So, like I said, something to look forward to for this weekend.
Well, since we're talking about injuries, we have a little update on Malcolm. He's had surgery, and he's actually been out and walking around in the hall. Obviously not walking around, but definitely standing up and making a few steps, which is good. I know the Smart Top Honda team, it's pleased about that, but also a little upsetting because Malcolm was having a great start of this season, and we were just looking forward to what he could do.
Yeah, this was going to be his year. He started off so strong, super fast qualifying times, great starts, and that's just too bad. I wonder if he has one of those rods, though, that stick out of your leg, like the external rods. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't look like it from the videos that they've been posted. It did not look like it, but again, he had a gown on, so who knows if that's what's happening. I always feel like when we talk about this team right here, either we talk about Braden or we talk about Malcolm or even Freezy, it's so hard. I always feel like we get it wrong because it's such a long name.
What's the full name?
Smart Top Bullfrog Spas Moto Concepts Honda.
Yeah, we were just calling it MCR, but that's only the one thing. But you can't forget about the Smart Top and the Bullfrog Spas, of course. Malcolm's going to be enjoying the crap out of that.
Oh yeah, he's getting hooked with the latest. Can you just save this clip and then just play it every time we talk about him?
We just cue it in.
Yeah,
Smart Top Bullfrog Spas Moto Concept Racing. Yeah, that's a long one.
See, Smart Top Bullfrog Spas Moto Concepts Honda team. Yeah, that's longer. Whenever they came out with the Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game name.
Ricky and Ralph should be the ones that have to say it every time one of them get on screen. Here's Justin Brayton on the blah 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 blah. I'm not even gonna say it. I could
insert name here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should just get a button.
I don't know about Ralphie and Ricky calling stuff now anymore after the LCQ incident with Enzo Lopez and
here he is, the winner of the LCQ. He's pretty excited about that LCQ winner too. And then he's going another lap. Yes, he is, because it's the white flag. So he's gonna do one more. They got to get their they got to get their stuff figured out too. These first couple rounds, they don't have a preseason. They're just right in. All right,
that's a good point. They don't have a preseason, but I think they should just let them do a couple races before, or just look at, I don't know, you should train for this stuff.
Who's going to have their shit together first? The Rockwell Yamaha team or Ricky and Ralph?
I'm going to go with Ricky and Ralph.
That's probably not a bad guess. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, we saw the other Yamahas really dominating this year, so you would think there's, I don't know. They got a bad batch.
I just feel like this had such bad luck, like we just mentioned.
Yeah, so we'll see if Champion, maybe Scott Champion, a name like that, he could be the good luck charm that brings it all back together.
All right. Don't get crazy now. I don't know if you know this, but our friend of the show, Devin Harriman, we just had him on last podcast with an interview with him. We were figuring out who he was and, what his goals are. Well, we talked about his van. I don't know if you remember that. We talked about how his van broke down.
Yeah.
And, they were getting it towed and all that stuff. Well, he still has problems with it, I guess. He posted something it's actually on our story too. I share it and trying to help out as much as possible, guys. The CDI box along with the SIM blew and caused a lot of damage that isn't cheap. And he's looking to put together almost $3,000 to fix it.
Oh my gosh, what?
And get back on the road. So if anybody can just go to our Instagram, look at our story, or just go straight to his Instagram and help out, that would be awesome because he did promise that he was going to make the main. So
jeez, what the heck was he doing to do $3,000 worth of damage? He must have been doing donuts in the parking lot after he made the main. Little victory lap. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. That's insane. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so if we can all go and help out, it'll be great. Yeah, so before we call this show, let's look at our points coming into this A2. With the 250 class, we have Colt Nichols, who's still holding out to that red plate.
Yeah.
Followed by Adam Cincerulo with 44 points, just 5 points behind him. Shane McElrath in third place with 42 points. It's still a close race. Ferrandis sitting in fourth with 40 points, and Hampshire sitting in fifth with 38 points. So looking good for the 250 class coming into this Triple Crown. And then on the 450 class, Ken Roxon, as we talked about.
Red plate Roxon.
Red plate Roxon with the red everything with 44 points, your point leader. Then Justin Barsha coming right behind him with 43 points. And then Eli Tomac in third place with 40 points. So that's a really close race right there.
Yeah.
Blake Baggett, your first-time winner, sitting in fourth place with 37 points. And then Dean Wilson, your privateer, with 34 points.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's still very close. The beginning of the season, our first Triple Crown right around the corner. It's going to be a good one. There's not going to be any mud to, mess things up this time or make things really interesting. But that's all right. It looks like it's going to be a good race. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and tune into our next podcast. We're going to be making our predictions and picks for this first Triple Crown.